Once upon a time. Welcome to Australian Book Lovers, your destination for imagination.
Australian Book Lovers acknowledges First Nations peoples and recognises their continuous connection to country, community and to culture. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging, and honour the sharing of traditional stories passed down through generations. We're committed to a safe and inclusive welcome for authors and readers of all cultures and backgrounds, including people of LGBTQIA+ communities and their families.
Hi everyone, my name is James Ynson, author of All In on Tomorrow, a raw and honest memoir about resilience, healing and finding strength after life's toughest moments. My story follows a journey from poverty and trauma in the Philippines to rebuilding in Australia, rediscovering identity in America and ultimately choosing hope while living in the Middle East. As we head into the festive season, I want to wish you and your loved ones a safe, meaningful and joyful holiday, however you choose to celebrate.
Hello Australian book lover listeners, I'm Nicole Kelly, author of Lament, the story of Ned Kelly and what could have been. My new middle grade novel Shifters is being published with Hawkeye Publishing in June next year and will take you to Japan and a world of magic and myths. Here's hoping that your stockings are filled with the best Aussie books this year. Have a happy holiday.
Hi there, I'm Lisa Kenway, author of All You Took From Me, a Ned Kelly award-winning psychological thriller about memory and consciousness that would make a great gift for your crime fiction-loving relative. I hope your festive season brings rest, relaxation, and lots of great books.
At ABL, our mission is not only about celebrating and sharing fabulous Australian and Indigenous authored books of all genres with readers around the globe. It's about finding fantastic resources and information for authors looking to write their own book or two or three. And what better resource than getting into the writer's room of some of these authors and asking them to share their experience. And in this case, woo, our episode 159 is a Christmas special and it has been a blast. So I am Laurie Bell, science fiction and fantasy author, blogger, flash fiction writer, short story writer, reviewer, and a bit of everything in between. Yes, so that is me. I'm currently on Wurundjeri country and hello to my co-host Veronica.
Hello and good Christmas evening to you, Laurie. So I'm Veronica Strachan, aka Patton, picture book, memoir, sci-fi and fantasy author, coming to you again also from Wurrung country. And it has been a little bit better weather here today. And this is going to be an amazing, if we can pull it off, episode. We've got 6 authors dropping into the writer's room. All of them have 2 things in common. Well, 3, they're Australian, they're authors, and they've published a story involving the festive season, aka Christmas and New Year, in some way, shape or form.
And I tell you what, people, if you're looking for a Christmas focused novel or book for sitting on the beach or sitting in at your hotel poolside reading a book, there are some amazing Christmas books here for your enjoyment.
And not only that, but interspersed throughout this episode, when I get around to doing the editing, we have got 27 Christmas greetings. 27 Christmas greetings from our authors, and some with video, some with audio. So fear not if you're just listening, because you'll hear all of the greetings. But if you do watch us either on YouTube or Spotify in Australia, then you will see people's book covers, and lots of them are holding it. And lots of people got dressed up for their Christmas effort. Some people went to a lot of effort. And
there are even a couple of interesting guest pop-ins in the background of a few of these amazing messages. So massive shout out to all of our writers and authors who jumped in and sent through their Christmas messages. We'd love to share them with everyone.
Hello, my name is Faye, author of Passionate Embraces, Deceitful Devotions, Lustful Encounters, Corruption and Betrayal. Intense stories of drama and love set in historical rural Australia, perfect read for this holiday season. Speaking of which, Merry Christmas to you and your family, however you celebrate it, and I hope you have a safe and prosperous New Year.
Hello everyone, I'm D.T. Bella, the author of The Rychilla Cases, a fantasy series that follows a fairy named Yetherim, who is the first private detective in the Kingdom of Rychilla. These books see him and his allies investigate murder mysteries and other cases. They're a fun read for those who enjoy fantasy or whodunit stories. I'd like to wish you and your family happy holidays and all the best for the new year.
Hello, Max Jeffries here, author of the newly released novel titled Hollow Peak. This is a crime thriller set in Australia in the 1860s, and while full of mystery and murder, contains wonderful Indigenous characters and a protagonist battling his own demons. So I wish you all happy reading over the summer and a very safe and Merry Christmas.
And you will have a blast with this episode. It is manic. We are going to go fast. We are going to fly through things. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. And don't forget to, in fact, buy a book for somebody for Christmas because they are so easy to wrap. They entertain, they educate, they are great for escape. And as Laurie said, on the beach with a book, role model, great reading for everybody on the beach.
Yes, and kids love books, particularly picture books with the little ears, and you can sit there reading with them, and it's so much fun. I loved getting books as a kid with under the tree. You'd be like, hey, that's rectangular. Yeah, I'm liking that one.
This is good. All right, without further ado, we better dive in and let our first guest into the writer's room.
Writer's room.
All right. Our first guest for our Christmas special is Madeleine D'Este. And we're just going to call her Madeleine from here on in. Yes. Happy Christmas, Madeleine.
Happy Christmas, Faye and Laurie.
Hello.
So, whose traditional owner's land are you on tonight?
I'm in Nam, so the Wiradjuri land of the Kulin Nation. That's
beautiful. That is fantastic. And look, it's been a bit of a weird kind of introduction to summer and intro to Christmas, but we're here. It's days away. Yes. And we want to know all about you and your Christmas story and the other stories you're doing and, you know, what you'd like in your stocking for Christmas and that kind of thing. Books-wise, of course, that is.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to start really quickly. I'm going to give people Madeleine's bio. So originally from Tassie, Madeleine now lives in inner city Melbourne, surrounded by books. This is important. After studying law and seeing the world, now she writes speculative fiction and mysteries at night, female-led, of course. In 2019, her supernatural mystery novel, The Flower and the Serpent, was nominated for the Australian Shadow Awards Best Novel. And her Australian Gothic novella, Radcliffe, very nice, I loved Radcliffe too, received the 2023 Aurealis Award nomination for Best Horror Novella. When not writing, Madeleine enjoys podcasts, knitting, a Fortiana, indie films, kettlebells, and likes her coffee as black as midnight on a moonless night. I think that's perfect.
Description. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to read the blurb for A Very Evangeline Christmas, which was a short story that Madeleine really very nicely put together for Christmas Australis, an anthology that we had a couple of years back. So The Antics of Evangeline, there's 4 books in that series, and Mystery and Mayhem in Marvellous Melbourne, which is just kind of perfect. Madeleine dropped Evangeline into a Christmas adventure and shared it in the anthology Christmas Australis, a frighteningly festive anthology of spine-jingling tales, which was a mouthful, but it seemed to go off. Evangeline, a 17-year-old reformed urchin and acrobat, is settled into a new, comfortable life in Melbourne with her long-lost father, Professor Caldecott. An Antipodean Christmas feels awfully topsy-turvy for Evangeline, and when she goes to buy gingerbread for her father, she finds that the weather is not the only odd thing about this festive season. So can you remember that far ago, the Antipodean tale, Christmas?
What year was it?
I think was it 20, maybe even 2019. No,
Could
no,
be.
it was later
Might
than
Been that
that.
long
be.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it up on the shelf. I
It
should
was
go and
well
have a look.
before this.
It
Before
was
the,
well before this, wasn't it? Yeah. Then we just started the website and everything else and just were getting going with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So Evangeline
Mm.
has you've moved on from Evangeline, but tell us, if you would, what's your kind of Christmas rituals? Because I know you love the folklore and all of that kind of ritualistic stuff. So what's your Christmas ritual look like?
Well, I don't have that many, but there's some of them that went into a very Evangeline Christmas, which was my mum is from Austria. So we make Lebkuchen, which are gingerbread hearts, which have a dab of jam and then chocolate on the back.
Ooh,
So,
yummy.
yeah, they're the best. So we usually, me and my sisters and my mum, take turns at making them, and they're absolutely delicious. So that actually fed into, that's why there's some gingerbread in there and some Germanic folklore, and leaning into not just Santa, but some of the Germanic kind of very similar stories about people who like to punish the bad and reward the good at a certain time of year.
Yeah.
Good time of year for it.
Whether you're on the naughty or nice list, Laurie.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, one question I was going to ask. So books take so long to write. Even short stories take a while. How do you stay in the festive mood when you're potentially writing at a very opposite time of year?
Yeah, that's one of the problems. Because sometimes when I see call outs for things, it's like, like I think of Christmas stories now.
Like Christmas, of course.
I once wrote like a piece of flash about Mariah Carey. By the time I'd finished it, it was like now, and all of the call outs for any kind of fiction were like 6 months ago. But I think we didn't have as quite a long lead time, if I recall correctly. So
no, it wasn't. It was pretty
That
short,
helps.
sharp. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did it all within a
wasn't too
few
bad.
months. Yeah. Yeah. And interestingly, we just sold a copy the other day. So, everybody will get their 83 cents or
Excellent.
that'll be your Christmas gift.
Except inflation's gone a bit since 2019. So
It has.
we
It
can
has.
afford
I have put the price up a little bit, but yeah, it's interesting. All right. That's
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
What book would you like in your Christmas stocking?
Oh, I have already asked for it and I've already got it.
Oh.
And it's not Australian writer though, sorry. So it's
Okay.
It's a big doorstop of a book, especially for this time of year. It is Joe Hill's King Sorrow, which is like 800 pages long. I think it's about dragons and horror, and if you know Joe Hill, he's someone very famous's son, but very good in his own right. But I just learned today about Iceland and how Iceland have Christmas Eve book giving tradition. And it's actually called the Christmas Book Flood. So
I love this story. I love that they do this.
apparently
tell
it's
us
the time
more.
of year where just everyone buys books and you give them on Christmas Eve and you spend Christmas Eve night reading
books. And everyone gets one and everyone buys them. It is magnificent. What a fabulous holiday.
If only people would leave me alone so I could read my Christmas books instead of making me make dinner and do dishes and all of those kind of things. I love it. Okay, Laurie, next year, time to move to Iceland.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to instigate it here, but
it'd be dark, so it'd be perfect.
True.
Yes.
And cold, and you can rug up in front of the fire. Oh.
Yeah. And you could have your coffee as black as midnight. So there you go, which is a good thing. All right.
Yeah.
Latest book. What's the latest book happening in Madeleine's life? You've just recently published Black Soil White Bread.
Yeah, that's my most recent release. Very similar to a very Evangeline Christmas, some folklore and some cake.
Banquet. I'm sensing a theme here. There's food. There's scary. There's a little bit weird.
I'm going to be hungry, aren't I?
Moved because I wrote that before I wrote Radcliffe, so maybe I've moved on a little bit.
Yes, yeah.
It had a bit of a rocky road to publication, black soil white bread, so it's a little bit older. It is actually from about 2019. But yes, so that is a supernatural mystery about a woman who takes over her great aunt's bakery and doesn't understand why the locals shun it.
Ooh,
And why
now
they
I'm
call it the
intrigued.
witch house. Yes.
It's really good. It's really good.
thanks,
That
Bea.
sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I'll lend you my copy.
No.
Fabulous, yeah. Well, and what I love about Madeleine's stories is so many of them are places that I know, like either in Nam or down in Launceston or a few other bits of places. She had vampires set just down the road from me. It's like, come on. Perfect.
I
But
love a
it
good
just,
supernatural story.
yeah, so as well as kind of time, Christmas festival, that kind of thing, place is such an important part of stories. And I feel like I know that we're focused on Australian authors, but I feel like there's a much greater understanding of our own space, of Australian backgrounds, whether they be cities or beaches or the centre. You know, I mean, there's always been that kind of dark Central Australian sort of noir stuff that happens, all the killer kangaroos and drop bears and all those kind of things. But I feel like we're owning our own place a little more these days. Do you think? Do you see that, Madeleine?
Yeah, well, that's what I try to do because, it's the kind of themes and tropes that I love. Why not? Because that was
Yeah.
exactly with Bloodwood, which is the vampire one. Why not vampires here? Why not steampunk in Melbourne? Because Marvelous Melbourne was when it was really kicking off and really rich, and you still see all the sandstone buildings, or a few of them still around in Collins Street, etc. Why can't we have that here? Radcliffe is a gothic set during a heat wave. Why not?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Why not?
And you've just reminded me that Wake in Fright
Oh,
set at Christmas.
Hey.
oh, there you go.
So what's Christmassy in that one then?
I think it's just in the background.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because, he is a school teacher and he finishes the year and then gets stuck.
Really get stuck.
Yeah. That could be a folk horror. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could be a folk horror. Well, yes, it just wasn't called that in the old days. All right, we've got our next visitor knocking on the door. So hold that thought, Madeleine.
Run out of time.
Here we go. Yeah, no, we've got more time to talk to you when we get
Absolutely,
our
we've
next
got another 10
guest
minutes.
dropping in.
Hey everyone, I'm Lisa Heidke, author of The Adventures of Stormy Normie, a heartwarming children's chapter book series about a brave little Brumby, this guy, and his learning about resilience, friendship, and finding his place in the world. If you've got a horse-loving kid this Christmas, these books are full of adventure, big feelings, and a whole lot of Aussie charm. From our special Brumby and his family to yours, we wish you the merriest of Christmas this festive season.
Hi, I'm Verity Croker, author of Alba Hidden Secrets, a dual timeline mystery set in the Scottish village of Cromarty, where we lived for a year and had a white Christmas. You may not have a white Christmas this year, but I wish you all the best this season.
Hello and happy Christmas in advance. I'm author Simon Higgins, and if you're looking for an exciting holiday read for adults and young adults alike, check out Dragons of Dusk and Dawn, my latest historical adventure from Undo Redo Press.
Hello, Sandy.
So, yay! Sandy's got her hat on. She's Christmas elf, looking good.
How are you all?
Good.
We're very good, Sandy. I don't know if you know Madeleine. Have you met Madeleine before?
I know I'm Madeleine, but hi, Madeleine. Nice to actually meet you.
Yeah, I think we used to maybe chat on Twitter back in the old days.
Yes, I think there's quite a few Oz Rides bodies. When it was good.
Yes,
before it was
absolutely.
Bad.
Twitter, yep.
So, Sandy, Madeleine's just been chatting to us about Christmas rituals and folklore and a very Evangeline Christmas, which was her contribution to Christmas Australis, and talking about the fabulous, the Icelandic tradition of Christmas
Giving book.
books. Yes, which is fantastic. Sandy, whose traditional country are you on tonight?
So I'm on Noongar land, the Bibbulmun people of the Noongar land. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right.
Yeah.
Laurie, do you want to give us Sandy's bio
Try and give the bio. Lovely.
Because then I want to
Just the
talk
short
horror
one,
versus
Laurie.
romance. Yes, I'll try
Just
to
a short one.
everybody's.
Oh, come on. Sandy is a writer, traveler, and hopeful romantic, and recently spent a 1 year sabbatical with her partner Ben, living and writing across the world. As a traveler, she loves exploring new places, outdoor adventures, and eating and drinking like a local. And many of her travel adventures have found homes in her novels. Her first novel, One Summer in Santorini, a romantic comedy set in Greece and inspired by her real life love story, was published in 2019 by One More Chapter, sparking a 5-book holiday romance series and her Christmas romance series, celebrating her favourite time of year, and The Dating Game, a standalone rom-com. Oh, there's the Christmas one, yay! Set in the world of reality TV. I should stick with that one. Her new 5-book rom-com series, Boldwood Books, is about the Ever After Agency, which I can't wait to read, a bespoke matchmaking agency based in London with a brilliant cast of characters and settings around the world. Books 1 to 5 are out now. And next up are 5 new rom-coms for Boldwood Books, with the first out in January 2026. Any Christmassy feels in any of those ones, Sandy?
Actually, yes. So I've got 2 more out and another Christmas book. The Christmas book it was inspired by the short story I wrote for the 12 Tropes of Christmas anthology, the Australian anthology that Anna Proxco and et al. We all put together last year. So we kind of we published, and then she said, "Oh, the stories are yours now." So I went to my publisher and said, "I've got this really great short story. It's very kind of sexy, and it's a fun rom-com. It's a dual point of view. It's Christmassy, but in a kind of more contemporary, like it's not cozy Christmas. It's just kind of like, it's about 2 ad execs who are fighting over the account for the equivalent of like the John Lewis ads in the UK. You know how they always have like the big campaigns every year. So these 2, it's like Battle of the Christmas Bonus is the short story title. I'm sure that my publisher will change the title. They change every single one of my titles. But it's about an American ad exec who lives in London and a Kiwi gal who also lives in London. And she's actually a recent widow. Well, not that recent, actually. 4 years she's been a widow. Her daughter and his niece actually parent trap them. So it's kind of like this work rivalry, and then the 2 girls meet up at the family Christmas party for the ad agency, and they conspire, and they're like, "Oh, your auntie should be with my," like it's like all that. It's really cute. So it's kind of the rivalry, and it's got the behind the scenes of developing this ad campaign, and then these 2 little kids kind of conspiring to get them together because it's time, mummy, it's time. Daddy's been gone for so long, it's time. That's super fun. I started writing it. I was writing it up until February this year, and then I had a chat with my editor, and she said, "Oh, look, we're publishing Christmas books in July and August now, so you're not going to get this in on time. Can you do like 2
about it? We talked about how long it took or not. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm already like 40% of the way through, and then in the new year I'll just finish that, and that will come out in July or August next year,
which is good.
Why not? Christmas in July, right?
Yes. Well, that's true.
That'll be nice. You'll get to write it now. It's when you're feeling Christmassy.
Yes.
When I feel
you'll be in the vibe. Yeah, the mood.
So I'm going to ask both of you, thinking about your particular genres, why does Christmas or a festival work for horror and supernatural and for romance? So Madeleine, why does that kind of festive thing work so well?
Ooh, interesting question. I know that, well, it's an event, so it's an event in people's lives. It's, it's got all kinds of, there's family, there's coming together, there's travel, there's eating too much, drinking too much, so all kinds of things happen. But what really interests me is, not going back to the Icelandic version, but going back to Britain, where they have their Christmas crawler, ghost story for Christmas tradition. So, Christmas Carol, obviously. And I just found out that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was also written as a Christmas crawler.
Oh,
wow.
So
that's exciting.
And also, just ghost stories for Christmas. So I don't know why.
Just works.
Yeah, maybe not so much here, but
no, because it's not quite so dark.
A lot of Christmas stories do have ghosts in them, though.
They do.
Absolutely. And are you a fan of A Nightmare Before Christmas? The stop motion. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I have. It's adorable.
Yeah. Gothic gorgeousness. Fabulous. Yep.
So why does it work for romance? Sorry, thanks, Madeleine. Why does it work for romance, Sandy?
Probably a lot of the same reasons, because it's a lot of people coming together. There's family. This is one of the Ever After Agency series. It's called Someone Like You, obviously. But it's set around Christmas time. They work for a marketing PR company. She is from Seattle, and he ends up kind of on his own for Christmas. And she says, why don't you come home to my family for Christmas? And he's in love with him, that's a certain recipe for disaster. So he goes to Seattle, and they're best friends, and it's a friends to lover story. But he goes to Seattle and he meets her madcap family, and there's a Christmas wedding. I could throw away. I throw all the tropes in this book.
Wow.
So there's a Christmas wedding, and he's just won like the equivalent of Britain's Best Bakers. So Britain, he's Britain's Best Baker, which is like Bake Off. And so of course there's a huge snowstorm, and then the wedding is doomed to be cancelled, and they can't get the cake because the cake's an hour away. The mountain pass, and so he bakes the cake. It's the mayhem of Christmas, which is. It's not really Christmas unless there's some kind of mayhem in my mind. And a good rom-com has so much mayhem. And so does a good horror or thriller, right?
Yes,
mayhem.
Yes. Anything that's not routine.
Mayhem and family.
Yes. Drama.
Mayhem and family. That's right. I think, and look, you could have I think you could have kind of a little mashup, like a rom-com meets kind of like, Scream kind of tongue-in-cheek murder thriller, slasher, I mean, and it would all work. It would just be hilarious and romantic and scary.
Beautiful.
Maybe
all right,
we need to join forces, Madeleine.
Yes. Well, I would love that mashup. That would be so good. All right. You can send emails to each other. We'll talk on Twitter. So, Madeleine, thanks for jumping in. And the next person is knocking on the door, so we need to move your seat along and say have a happy Christmas.
Thank you for coming, Madeleine. Bye. Merry Christmas.
Good day and kia ora. This is John Roosen and Susan Rogers coming to you from Nelson, New Zealand, the roaring 40s in the Great Southern Ocean. And we are here during a full gale force wind.
And we're here to promote our book and our audiobook, which is called Warrior Post, and it's set in New Zealand and surrounds.
We wanted to wish a Merry Christmas to all the Australian book lovers, particularly Veronica and Laurie, and wish you a Happy New Year.
Hey, John, is this our summer holiday?
I'm just glad it's not Antarctica.
Hello book lovers, this is Damien Linnane, the author of the crime novel Scarred and the memoir Raw. If you read my memoir, you'll probably pick up that Christmas wasn't always a great time for me as a child, or when I was in prison later. But thankfully it is today, and if you know someone who likes crime thrillers or memoirs, you can give them a great Christmas as well with one of my books. And in any case, I hope you have a great holidays.
My name's Gabiann Marin, and I am an author of The Medusa Situation, a great holiday read which has been shortlisted for the Victorian Premier literary awards in the humour category, as well as the Ditmar Award for Best Fantasy Book 2025. It's a great fun read, cosy mystery, contemporary urban mythology with some great feminist undertones, and it is hilarious. Do yourself a favour, grab this book, it's so much fun. But whatever you end up reading, thank you so much for supporting Australian authors and Australian books. I wish you a really fantastic festive time and New Year. Happy reading.
Welcome to Lisa Heidke. Kevin's too early. He just have to
Hello.
sit in the waiting room.
Lisa!
Hello, Lisa. Excellent.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you
thanks
are
for
most
jumping on
welcome, and
board.
thanks for switching spots. And because I
Oh,
did
no
want to
worries.
finish with Christmas actually, but this is all good. I think it's kind of perfect because you're here with Sandy Barker. Have you met Sandy before?
Great. Yeah,
Hi, Lisa.
I have, haven't I?
We've definitely interacted, but
Yeah.
I don't think we've met in the person.
In the person. Here's Lisa's bio. So Lisa typically writes stories about women navigating friendships, careers, romance, and ultimately triumphing over adversity. Sandy's going, that's my jam. With several previously published novels as Lisa Heidke, her seventh novel, Lily's Little Flower Shop, was published under her pen name Lisa Darcy. It's since been published in France and Italy. She's got My Big Greg Holiday, published in 2021, and that was published in, and I have deleted the word, so I'm really sorry. I think it was published in Croatia, wasn't it?
Slovakia.
Slovakia, thank you.
Yeah, look.
Who knows?
Who
That's it.
knows?
And Should You Keep a Secret was also published in 2022. Now, not to be outdone, in 2024, she released The Pact and her 11th novel, Christmas Actually. So we know that sometimes that they weren't actually written, but there she is with Christmas Actually, And Lisa teaches creative writing at the Australian Writers' Centre in Sydney, presents workshops and writing retreats, and has been on panels at RWA conferences, GenreCon, and many Australian and international writers' festivals.
Yes.
Here's the blurb for Christmas Actually. Every picture tells a story, but it's not always the one we expect or remember in this festive drama about family and forgiveness. Kate Cavendish, photographer, mother, sister, wife, daughter, friend, and pet wrangler, not great in the kitchen or at wearing heels. Like walking a tightrope, Kate's life requires focus and balance. She's also stuck in a rut. That is, until you knew something had to happen, a former colleague contacts her and offers her a chance to fulfill her lifelong dream of becoming a successful photographer. Christmas Actually is a snapshot of modern family life, addressing Instagram to motherhood and everything in between. That is a whole lot of story in that book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was a lot of fun. Look, it's not your typical Christmassy, Santa coming down the chimney and actually I was going to say and snow falling on the ground. It is set in Australia. But yeah,
could be at the moment.
I know.
Yeah, that's true. So it's yes, it's set at Christmas time, and obviously there are Christmas themes, but at the heart of it, it is still about the domestic drama and things going on. Because just because it's Christmas doesn't mean that there aren't stresses in your life. Whether you're a 13-year-old teenager, you're 45 years old, mother wrangling the pets and the two kids, or you're, a 70-year-old grandmother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Family dramas, man.
Yeah.
It all comes to a head at Christmas time.
Yeah. Look, touch wood. Not this, but it does for this family, I must say.
Yes,
Yeah,
for Christmas Actually family. Yeah. All right. Sandy, Christmas rituals at your place, and you've just moved. So normally you'd be traveling, or often you're traveling.
Yes.
What are your Christmas rituals?
Well, actually, we're going to be hosting Christmas for family because my aunt and we just bought a house, and my aunt and uncle dubbed us in. They're like, "Well, you can host Christmas." We're like, happy to, because we certainly can reciprocate. Well, I've got this blended family, so half my family is American, half is English, and we kind of. And of course we're all Aussies now, including my American partner. So we will do the breakfast of prawns and champagne and a fruit platter and seafood blinis and what have you. We'll do that, and then we'll do a baked ham later on in the day. Lots of Christmas baking. Ben's grandma's recipe, my American grandma's recipe. We'll do all the American Christmas cookies, and look, I had this just like in my closet.
Yes, she's pointing now to her fabulous Christmas hat. Everybody who's just listening,
I'm a Christmas fanatic,
Pixie?
and
Yeah.
I'm so excited. We had to go and buy a new tree because we'd given our tree away when we packed up a couple of years ago. But our Christmas ornaments did make it in the
excellent.
Mood.
Yes.
My cookware not so much, but my Christmas yes, good, because there's some from childhood all the way through for both of us. So it's decorating the tree. Mariah Carey on a loop for about the next 3 weeks.
I want this rom-com. I want this Christmas.
Well, I have to say, just quickly, I know this is Lisa's time. So the Christmas swap, I actually wrote the Christmas swap because I've had Christmas around the world. I've had it in England. I've had it in Mexico and America and Australia. And I was like, how do I get all these Christmases into one book? And I actually just created 3 best friends, an American, a Brit, and an Australian, who met when they were kids. They've traveled together their whole lives, and they swapped Christmases one year.
Great.
So it's 3 Christmases concurrent, 3 love interests. Spoiler, I write rom-coms, so everyone gets a love interest. So it was my way of having those 3 Christmases again. So yeah, I love Christmas, and I love traveling for Christmas and staying home for Christmas. If it was Christmas all year round, I'd be very happy.
And I'm so glad you talked about the Christmas swap, because I did have that blurb up and I forgot to read it. So I'm so glad you spoke about the Christmas
that's
swap.
basically it. So it's like Christmas is coming. Best friends Chloe, Jules, and Lucy need a change. So swapping homes for the holidays could be the perfect present for them all. And there's love interest. So yeah, it's set in Melbourne, Oxfordshire, like little, picture postcard town, and in the Rockies in Colorado. So it's
lovely.
It's the traditional English Christmas and a hot Christmas in Melbourne. So yeah,
that's good.
So good.
Yeah,
fabulous.
Rituals for you, Lisa.
Yes.
I know this year we're having, we do actually. It's traditionally on Christmas Eve, roast pork, and we'll have the baked dinner that night. And then it's a Christmas movie, either Love Actually or Elf, or like my mother, who's 87, loves Miracle on 34th Street. So, but this year, Elf has won out. So I know that we're
already picked. Excellent.
Yeah. On Christmas Eve. My 3 children are grown up, and I don't have any, little people, grandchildren or anything like that. So, so we don't have the big rush to the Christmas tree in the morning. But as Sandy was saying, we'll have the breakfast with a late breakfast with champagne and prawns, and the smoked salmon and caper bellinis and that sort of thing. And then because we live at the beach, we'll hopefully the adult children will trot off while we clear all the debris away and start getting the lunch sorted, which will probably be haven't quite decided, but always involves the baked glazed ham.
Nice.
But my husband takes care of the glaze. He'll just do something fancy with that because he's good at that sort of thing. And the potato salad and the coleslaw, and then because inevitably I buy a mountain of prawns and oysters and that sort of thing, they'll all come out again. And my mother always makes, so obviously lunch, I'm sure it's the same for you guys as well, just goes all day.
It goes all day.
with a few breaks in between. So my mum always makes a trifle and brings it over. And the kids would stab me if we didn't have a pavlova.
Yes, you've got to have that for Christmas.
berry.
Yes. Lisa, I'm going to say hold that thought. Sandy, we're going to say goodbye because I'm going to let Kevin in. Have a fabulous, fabulous Christmas.
And I'm going to buy your book, Sandy. I'll get it on Kindle tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Have a brilliant Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Benford, author of Return to Silkeborg, a complex, intense story about an inappropriate romance set in 1980s Denmark. If you've ever regretted a past relationship and see it in a different light, now you have years of wisdom under your belt, this is for you. Here's hoping you and yours take time off this holiday season and enjoy time together.
Hey everybody, I'm Scott Leckie. I'm the author of a recent book called Shrewd Little Sleuth. It's all about my grandfather, Arthur Bernard Leckie. ABL, same acronym as Australian Book Lovers, so it's got to be relevant somehow. He was Marilyn Monroe's private eye when she died. He died under equally mysterious circumstances just up the road in LA a couple of days before she did. It's an extraordinary story which I've just uncovered for the very first time after having let it sit there for decades. It's available now. I hope you like it. Happy Christmas, happy whatever you celebrate, and Happy New Year above all else. All the very best. Bye.
Hi, I'm Rowena Mabbott, author of Avoiding the Friend Zone and No More Simon Says, the first 2 books in my Single in Sydney series. They're fun, easy to read, sweet romances featuring professional 20-somethings navigating their way and sometimes falling for the wrong person first, all set in the early 2000s when life seemed just a little simpler. With book 1, Avoiding the Friend Zone, unfolding over a Sydney summer and Christmas period, it's an ideal holiday escape. Wishing you all a bright, happy, festive season.
Kevin, come on in while Kevin gets there. What book do you want in your Christmas stocking, Lisa?
There's a few that I've got at the moment. I'm reading Rachel John's The Lucky Sisters, Mad Mabel by Sally Hepworth. I'm trying to do, give a plug to Aussie authors.
Yep.
What else? What did I just bought something. Oh, the one that I really want that I hope my children buy me. Hi, children. Is Writers and the Cats That Made Them, or something like that. It's about the people
Hello,
having the
Kevin.
Writers and the Cats That Made Them. Yeah,
I
love
thought
that.
there was huge technical issues then because my camera never came on, and I thought, how come I'm not joining this meeting?
Oh, this is not good. This is not
I've been
good.
watching you for a little while.
So, Lisa, this is Kevin. Kevin, this is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
So, we've just been talking. Lisa's book is Christmas, actually, which is kind of perfect. It's full of family and drama and all those sort of beautiful things. And Lisa's telling us about the Christmas rituals at her place, and also what books she'd like in her Christmas stocking, and a few other bits and pieces. So, Kevin, whose country are you on tonight? Where are you coming from?
From Gadigal land.
Very good.
Beautiful
and I
tree
know
behind
that
you.
your husband will be very cross if you didn't know that. Indeed.
That's very true.
Laurie, I've been jumping and doing all the questions. So how about you introduce?
Let me tell you all
Kevin.
a bit about Kevin quickly before we jump into some questions. So Kevin lives with his husband Warren in their humble apartment, affectionately named Sabrina. I love that. In Australia's own Emerald City, Sydney. His tall tales explore unrequited love in the theatre district of the afterlife. I will get that word out. Romance between a dreamer and a realist, a man escaping an abusive relationship on board an enchanted ocean liner, and a dystopian city addicted to social media. That could be anywhere right now. His urban fantasy novels, The Midnight Man, scored the first place in the LGBT category of the Paranormal Romance Guild Reviewers' Choice Award. That's a mouthful. And won the fantasy category of the 2021 Gay Scribe Awards. He was also runner-up in the Rainbow Awards, while Winter Masquerade received an honourable mention. His first novel, Drama Queens with Love Scenes, spawned a secondary character named Guy. Many readers argue that Guy, the insecure gay angel, is the star of the Actors and Angels book series. In fact, Kevin has had to suddenly include him in the sequel. There would be complaints, Kevin, if he was not there.
There was complaints. He wasn't there to begin with, but then the book came out and everyone liked him, and it's like,
that's amazing.
I've got to go back and do some rewriting.
And so with his fictional guardian angel guiding him, Kevin hopes to bring more whimsical tales of love, life, and friendship to his readers. So I'll tell you very quickly about The Midnight Angel. Dinner is overcooked. The guests haven't arrived. Luke is sitting alone at his dining table on New Year's Eve, which is very close to Christmas, and he was hoping to romance Nathan, one of the people he invited for this intimate evening meal. As midnight draws closer, it seems an angel who has magically appeared in Luke's apartment is the only person to drink champagne and watch the fireworks with. But this angel has other ideas. He's about to grant Luke the New Year's Eve party he thought he wanted.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I love that there is, romance in all its forms, Kevin. You do a little romance, a little speculative stuff, a little love, and it's kind of everywhere. And, why does the festive season work for you in a book? What do you think that brings to your stories?
It's interesting because what you're mentioning, Midnight Angel, is a short story when my publisher, Nine Star, wanted us to submit, 99-cent American, 99 American cent stories. I think what appeals to me with this is that Luke himself is gaga over Nathan, and that thing about be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. This is another example where Guy the Angel pops up in another story, Guy from Drama Queens with Love Scenes. He allows Luke to have the guests he wanted there, but Luke will find out that that's maybe not where love really lies. And I think, and I've always been one of those people who loves that period of time between Christmas and New Year. I always have. People are more relaxed, people are going out more, and there's just this like party atmosphere and more social atmosphere as people take time off and enjoy themselves.
I call it the in-between time because no one really knows what time of day it is. What day is it? Is it a Wednesday? Who knows? It's the 27th. I know that.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. So this period appeals to me, and that's why Midnight Angel was written. Although after I called it Midnight Angel, Warren pointed out to me, "What? You've got the Midnight Man, you've got Midnight Angel." It's like, oh, I just called it Midnight Angel because it's New Year's Eve. Oh shit, I've got two stories with a similar title.
Well,
love it.
Yes. Yeah. So, Lisa, what's in your writing future? What's happening next year? What's on the cards for you?
So, I'm writing an not a sequel to Lily's Little Flower Shop, but an adjacent story, so that they can be, read independently, I guess, but same characters, just doing different things. So I'm really hoping that comes to fruition. But I do have a new book coming out next July with Hawkeye called All the Little Things. So that's I've sent my edits off. So touch wood, that all goes to plan. I should have a cover hopefully in February and can start, promoting it. So that's coming out in July 2026, which is All the Little Things. And I'm really hoping that Lily, the second Lily, titleless Lily, comes out in 2027.
Beautiful.
So that's what I'm doing. So, and I'm enjoying it. And, I like Christmas, so it might be, I toyed with the idea of doing another, again, not a sequel so much as a story about the same family a year on at Christmas time.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because there are, people out there, readers, who just live for the Christmas stories. They love them. They just, it's especially with Bloodhound, my publisher in the UK, that they publish quite a few Christmas related titles. So, or maybe Easter. Now, I don't know whether Easter has the same appeal, but maybe we can just look at the same family 4 months on at
Halloween
Easter.
definitely does.
Oh, Halloween, yes.
Oh, publishers ask for Halloween stories all the time.
Very good. All right, Lisa, we have to say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for being.
Lovely to see you, Laurie, and
Merry
Veronica. Lovely to meet you,
Christmas.
Kevin.
Merry
and I'm
Christmas,
going to download.
Lisa.
Thank you. Same to you. And I'm going to download your book tonight too.
Ah,
and read it.
beautiful.
So thank you very much.
Lovely.
Thanks.
Take
Good
care,
to see
Lisa.
you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Maria P. Frino, author of many books, contemporary, historical, fantasy, some for adults and others are for all young adult readers. My latest contemporary novel, Fame and Other Disasters, is available as an ebook, print and audiobook. It is an adult story about two TV hosts who have a huge fight over social media. Remember that books make great gifts, and this Christmas season, I wish you happy reading and a safe festive season.
Hi to all the readers out there in Australia. I just want to say a huge thank you for all your love and support this year, and wishing you a very safe and happy festive season, however you celebrate, and don't forget to read more Aussie books.
Seasons, greetings and salutations. I'm George Ivanoff, author of the interactive You Choose series. And my latest book in that series is You Choose Mega, Prehistoric Peril, a book that puts the reader into the story, getting them to make choices along the way. Heaps of middle-grade fun and excitement with loads of dinosaurs. It's the perfect Christmas present for, well, pretty much anyone.
Ben, this is Kevin. Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, Ben, also known as BG Hilton.
So, and Merry Christmas to you. Yes. We've been diving and giving people a quick bio and a story because Kevin he writes romance, he writes speculative fiction, and Ben has got a Christmas steampunk fantasy happening. So I think there's a little bit of a crossover here. So let me read. Ben is an SFF author, spending most of your life doing jobs as tedious. So tedious that your only escape was entertaining yourself with crazy fantasy stories, and now you write them down in the hope of entertaining others. Well, I think you're doing pretty well. So while you specialise in speculative fiction, humour and non-fiction, you work in the education sector, which would probably surprise any of his teachers that you, in fact, have written books. I think, sometimes our teachers would be surprised at what we've come up with. So your debut novel, The Steampunk Adventure, Champagne, Charlie and the Amazing Gladys, was published in 2020, and The Grimsdale Claimant in 2025. You live with your family in Sydney, and consequently, Kevin will appreciate this, spend a lot of time in traffic. And I would say, yes, that's absolutely true. All right. Here's the blurb for The Grimsdale Claimant. Laurie, do you want to read that one? Because I think yes, jump in.
All right, so everyone knows that the late Lord Grimsdale's son died years ago in a shipwreck. Now, here is a man as large as life proclaiming himself Grimsdale's true heir, and thus owner of the world's largest caloric fluid refining operation. And Miss Gladys Dunchurch does not wish to involve herself. She is busy worrying about this new recording machine and how that will change her beloved show business. But to help her friend Charlie de Charles, she must discover how this mysterious claimant is connected to a mystical cult, the government's new Office for Statistical Tabulation, a madman in an asylum who claims to travel through time, an attack on the first diplomatic meeting between Earth and the Moon, and two extremely exasperated ghosts. And I tell you, ghosts at this time of year do come through a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. So we started the session with Madeleine D'Este, who writes a lot of horror and speculative fiction and folklore stuff. And she was saying that, most countries have some ghostly kind of thing that they can easily have either wound into Christmas or is,
Charles Dickens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's. I don't want to give spoilers, but that's the Charles Dickens element is comes through in the story. No, I am giving spoilers.
It's very
I mentioned the fellow in the asylum who can travel through time. By some mysterious reason, he can only travel to Christmas Day in the past or future.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Hmm.
No, I just,
Um,
yeah.
That's
I don't know
intriguing.
whether that'd be a good thing or a bad thing.
True.
Yeah. So why does for you what happened about the Christmas? Why is that such an important part? Obviously, your time traveler is,
yeah.
Christmas. Yeah. So what sort of attracted you to put it in the festive season?
Well, I like one of the reasons I'm sort of drawn to steampunk is I like that whole sort of Victoriana and when you think about Christmas traditions, they're mostly 150 years old, 170 years old. You read older things than Victorian era Christmas is just a completely different deal. And but yeah, so I thought that seemed like a nice sort of underused sort of Victorian element to put in a steampunk story. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And yeah, steampunk and Christmas. Why not?
Yeah. Time traveling Christmas. I love that idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I managed to tie it into the other plots as well because everything sort of comes together on Christmas Day, which is the big finale.
Yeah. And writing a sequel. So you've got Charlie and Gladys in the sequel.
Charlie and
How hard?
Gladys Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kevin's just been telling us about a character who kind of took over in one of his first books and fans said better be in the second book. So he had to rewrite book 2 to put young guy in. How hard is it to just put those two together and forget what color and whether they like the right coffee or tea or how's your continuity?
How's the continuity? I think the continuity is not bad. Just trying to think. The first person that my beta reader, who's also my mother, said that the characterization she thought was better in this one than the first one. So that's good.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah, so
Thanks,
so I
Mum.
managed
Yep.
to make him a bit more rounded. But yeah, no, I wanted to follow up on some things from the first novel, but also not sort of be completely overboard on that, so that it wouldn't make any sense if you. A friend of mine read them in the wrong order and didn't realize that it was a sequel to something, and so it worked out.
It
Yeah.
still worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Kevin, what's coming up for you next? What are you writing?
Look, that's a good question. I'm still writing some books that I've been writing for about 5 years because I've just started. COVID put me behind in my writing schedule. So one book I've had professionally assessed, and I'm re-looking at the plot, and another one is close to submission. I'm just trying to get that. But can I spruik something that did come out this year, if I may?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
As part of a larger project called Haunted Hearts Season of the Witch, I released my first self-published novel called Grayson's Magical Mishaps. We all had to self-publish them, all under the banner of the Haunted Hearts series. They're all paranormal gay romances written by gay authors, and they all feature a wizard or warlock. And basically, Grayson discovers that he's a wizard when he sneezes one day and a little pink elephant appears. And he has no idea why. And then Penelope, a young drunken witch who has a drinking problem all throughout the novel, is there to try to help him. But of course, when she tries to help, she's drunk. And she only makes matters worse. So that's the story.
I
That's
need to
basically
get my
the story.
hands on that, Kevin.
Yeah, so Grayson's Magical, and I must say, like, just now I talked about how I spend years writing a book. I had to write this one in 4 months. God, that was hard.
Oh,
That was even giving it to like beta readers, and the first few chapters first half of the book had been rewritten several times, and then just those initial drafts where you're just telling yourself the story or putting your ideas down. And one beta reader who knows my work well kind of knew where I'd go with it. Another one basically was like, "What is this shit?" It's like, come on, I've got a tight deadline. Just give me some feedback, and I'll know whether to change elements in the story. Can I spruik one last thing, which is also a Christmas story?
Yeah.
One quick thing.
Go for it.
I'm also part of an anthology called Own Voices Romance in Winter, even though my Christmas story is set in summer, but long story around it. And it's about Connie, a drag queen, who as they're kind of falling in love, they're slipping out of their drag queen persona, but they don't think Peter, his own personality is good enough
Good enough.
or big enough. So it's sort of like a growing thing for him. I don't have a cover of the book to show you, unfortunately. But if you look at my website, you'll be able to find it on the homepage lower down.
Yeah.
But
So watch this space.
watch this space. But Grayson's magical
mishaps.
I'm
Sneezing
getting
a
that
pink
one.
elephant.
Yeah.
I mean, could you ask for something better? No, definitely
No,
not.
no.
All right.
Love it.
Christmas rituals at your place, Ben. What happens?
Christmas ritual. Well, we usually go to see my wife's family who live in Singapore.
Yep.
So I'm not usually it's been a while since I've been in Australia at Christmas. I think it was COVID last time I was here. And yeah, that's very well. It's hot like Australia to Christmas, but instead of as soon as Christmas is over, it's instantly Australia Day. It's as soon as Christmas is over, it's instantly Chinese New Year. That's the big difference.
Yes.
But yeah, no, so it's nice. Good to see everyone. Good to see all the family.
Beautiful. And what book would you like in your Christmas stocking, Kevin and Ben?
This year, Warren picked up a whole bunch of books that people were throwing out, and I looked at some of them, and I read Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates, his debut novel back in the 60s. Totally fell in love with it. So I want to read some more Richard Yates. So if you put another Richard Yates novel in my stocking, I'll be very
pretty happy. You know, do we
Yeah,
need to open the door where Warren's waiting and let him overhear that, or have you let him know?
We'll have a word.
Oh, yeah, I can drop a hint later on, can't I? Yeah.
And Ben, what about yourself?
That's a tricky question. I've got this to be read pile, which is so huge. I don't even think of what books I want for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer than that.
That's all right.
Feel it. The giant to read pile.
I hope no one gives me any. Yeah,
Oh, no.
Catch up a little. No, it's all right. I'm sure someone will.
I'm sure someone will. All right, Kevin, we're going to say ta-ra to you and happy Christmas. Thank you for jumping in.
Merry Christmas,
Good
Kevin.
luck.
Happy
Hope
Christmas,
sales
Merry
go
Christmas,
off.
everyone. Happy
We'll see you next
2026 as well.
Yes.
Indeed. Happy
See you in the new year.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, my name is Tina Strawn and I am the author of the Wilder Zoo series. It is a middle grade series about a girl called Nika Wilder who lives in the zoo with her family. It's full of fun and friendship, adventure, and of course, lots of animals. It would make a perfect gift for all wildlife-loving kids around 9+. Thank you to the Australian Book Lovers Pod for all their support this year, and I wish them and their listeners a wonderful festive season.
I'm Heather Ewings, author of What the Tide Brings, Maggie and the Selkie, and Claria's Battle, as well as a collection of microfiction called Not Entirely Human. I'd like to wish you and your loved ones a magical festive season, however you celebrate it. And if you're looking for a gift for someone who loves stories of home and family and belonging set in a folktale retelling, check out my books. And I hope you all have a wonderful 2026.
I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a reading Christmas. I wish you a reading Christmas. And an Australian Book Lovers New Year. My book is worth reading and passing it on. My best is my podcast with Darren Strahan. Merry Christmas, everyone. Take care. Keep reading and listening to podcasts. Bye.
Ben, what's next for you?
Next year I'm hoping I've been working on this series of short novellas, basically meant to be about a modern day descendant of Frankenstein, and I sort of had that in the back burner. And then the movie came out, and I said, "Well, it's now or never." Everyone's sort of into Frankenstein at the moment. Now's my chance. Yeah.
And there you go. And more adventures for Charlie and Gladys?
Yeah. It's those ones take quite a long time to write. I think I can. The plotting I think is quite complex on those ones, and I'm not smart enough to write down the plot and sort of draw a little diagram like authors do, and so it takes a very long time for me to do it. So I'll get back to Charlie and Gladys after I get the Shelley book. The main character is called Shelley, for obvious reasons. The Shelley book's out, and so back to Charlie and Gladys after that. Yeah,
beautiful.
That's the plan.
Marvelous. Yeah. Did you do much specific research for all the Christmas Day time traveling bouncing around?
I do. I did a bit. I'm mostly I'm just a huge sort of fan of sort of Victorian era history, and so I don't have to a lot of the background knowledge I have. So occasionally I have to look up something. But yeah, it's funny if we. Sorry, it's just I'm going to go on a tangent. One of the things that happens in my book is that there's the famous Crystal Palace for the Great Exhibition. There's a pneumatic train tunnel under it in my book, and I thought that's a clever steampunk thing. And then I did some research and found out that no, actually there was a pneumatic railway tunnel under there. So it wasn't quite as clever and steampunky as I thought. It was more sort of gritty realism.
Could be a contemporary rather than a steampunk. That works.
Yeah. Sorry, can I just this is I'm going to toot my own horn here because I'm kind of proud of I got into an argument with someone online who basically said, about basically the argument was they had to have an AI cover because they couldn't draw. And I said, well, I can't draw. I bet I can make a cover anyway. And so I put it together out of scrap in my garage. And I thought that was good and steampunky. So I'm a little proud of myself on that one.
Very clever. I love it.
This is good. And really, you've got the two now because you've moved on from a particular publisher where, who up to you, but can remain nameless. And now you've, published.
Yeah, so that's, that's self-published. I think I might stick to the self-publishing for a bit. It's I don't know, like I say, we've got this Frankenstein thing. I wanted to get it out next year. And if I try going to a publisher, it won't be out for many, many years. It just gives you more control over when things come out, what's going on, that sort of thing.
Yep, true. I was going to say, what rituals do you happen to observe around this time of year? I know we spoke a little bit about that, but anything very specific family-wise?
We like to go for a drive around at night and look at all the Christmas lights. Not that. Trying to think of anything else. My wife's a much bigger sort of Christmassy person than I am, but I'll help out with that.
Marvelous.
Beautiful.
Hi, I'm Susanna Hardy, author of My Hot Housemate, which is a fun enemies to lovers rom-com about an actress called Indigo James, who finds herself house-sitting and looking after a demanding dog called George, and having to deal with an unexpected, arrogant, but super hot housemate called Jeremy Taylor. This is the perfect Christmas present for anyone in search of that ideal beach holiday read. Speaking of which, I hope you and your family have the best Christmas and a very happy start to the new year.
Hi, I'm Holly Cardamone, author of Summer in Between, an award-winning young adult contemporary rom-com about a feminist firecracker named Kat and a summer and a boy she'll never forget. It's the perfect book for readers who love the vibes of looking for Ali Brandy and puberty blues in a modern Aussie context. And it would look just as gorgeous on a beach towel as in the Christmas stocking. Which reminds me, I'd love to wish you and yours a beautiful festive season filled with fabulous food and fantastic Australian books. Happy holidays.
Is 2026 the year for you to find deeper meaning and fulfillment? Hi, I'm Andrea Putting, and I'm the author of these two books, Compassionate Purpose and Compassionate Prosperity. And they are your guides to finding a purpose that feels true to your heart. May this festive season bring you joy, happiness, and a whole lot of kindness, and a blessed 2026.
All right.
Hello, Kay.
Hi, Kay.
Hello, everyone.
So, Kay, this is Ben.
Hi, hello.
Ben, this is Kate.
Nice to meet you.
Ben's written a steampunk fantasy with Christmas, a time-traveling Christmas person, which is very fascinating. So, Kay, can I ask you whose traditional owners' country are you on tonight?
Yes, I'm on Cubby Cubby land, which is the Sunshine Coast in Queensland.
And I will say we do have t-shirts on tonight, Kay. Normally we're in Melbourne. Laurie and I may well be wearing other things, but no, which is fantastic. How is the weather up there?
It's beautiful. We had a bit of a heat wave in the high 30s for a week, which was unbearable. And now we're just kind of at a nice 30, 32 degrees. It feels very summery. I live close to the beach. So this is kind of, I feel what Christmas is about for me is the beach time.
Yeah, beautiful. All right. We are going to actually, Laurie's going to. Your turn, Laurie. Sorry. If you would just run through Kay's bio and the blurb for Might Cry Later. Sounds
Fantastic.
Yep.
So, Kay Kerr is an autistic author and journalist. She is the author of several critically acclaimed books, including the YA novels Please Don't Hug Me, which I love, and Social Q, and her work of adult nonfiction, Love and Autism. She's widely published freelance writer and prominent voice in the Australian autistic community. She lives with a family on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. And the blurb for Might Cry Later. Meet Nora Byrne, overthinker, underachiever, and champion vibes killer. After spectacularly blowing up her life, 21-year-old Nora Byrne retreats to the family home with little to show for herself but a shiny new autism diagnosis. But it's hard to process this news under the critical eye of her mother, who already treats her like the black sheep, and the rest of her less than understanding family. Worst of all, it's the week before Christmas, which means mandatory socialising with the neighbours, including Fran, her neighbourhood best friend, last seen when she broke his heart again. Nora's only goal is to get through the interminable family dinners, awkward Fran encounters, and excessive holiday festivities without crying, throwing up, or finding new ways to humiliate herself. But with her track record, it's not going to be easy. What a fantastic book.
I'm so excited. It's a week today that it comes out. So it's, I'm in that liminal period before. So,
and it is right before Christmas. So how is that vibe treating you?
It's different. I love Christmas, and that's the funny thing about writing a book that is such a chaotic Christmas and such a hard Christmas for the protagonist, but I love it. So it was really fun to play with all the the events like the carols by candlelight and the Christmas lights and the neighborhood parties and that kind of thing, because I love Christmas. And I think, my focus has just been on trying to still get to enjoy my Christmas with the book coming out and being tuned into my capacity for what I'm able to do versus expectation, which I think is like a big theme in the book as well. Like Christmas works when you honor your capacity as opposed to the external expectations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Nicely put.
Yeah. And we've been talking to everybody about the rituals that they have in their family. And, you mentioned down the beach. And what is your Christmas rituals? What's on the checklist that you do every year?
Putting up the tree, I mean, they're going to be the ones that everybody do, but putting up the tree is really big in my house. Like put on the Christmas music, put up the tree, with my daughter and my partner, and I love that just because it's quiet and it's at home and it's just us, and it just ends. I just love our living room at Christmas time because we get a live tree, so it smells amazing, and we just get to sit every night and look at the beautiful lights. So that's a big one. Going to look at the decorated houses is a big one. Where we live, there's a Christmas float parade down the canals, so you can go and watch like Santa and everybody go by on the boats, which is really cute for the kids. We have a Christmas carols, which we sometimes make it to and sometimes don't. And then Christmas we alternate with families and do the big Christmas, but we have shown up in varying states of capacity to those, whether we're baking something and going along or whether we're buying our contribution and bringing that. We're just trying to make sure that it's a day that everyone's comfortable with. And I guess like things like the food, like my daughter definitely isn't into the ham and the potato salad and that. We kind of try and keep the food a little bit more normal and safe, I guess, as neurodivergent family. And anytime, as long as we can sort of end either Christmas Day or Boxing Day down on the beach, and often Santa's on the lifesaver buggy around Christmas time as well, which is cool. Yeah. So taking it easy. I used to try and do a lot more and stress a lot more and try and cook everything and do everything, and now it's just every year we kind of strip it back a little bit more,
which is good. Yeah. All right. Ben, down the beach for you on Christmas? Are you close enough to the beach? Ashfield?
If I'm in Australia, yeah. But again, if I'm in Singapore, probably more likely to, drive, take a bus down Orchard Road, see the lights there. That's a nice one there.
Spectacular.
Yeah, it's not bad,
Yeah, different countries do a little bit different, but they all seem to have picked up on that Christmas tradition. But as
Yeah.
you say, or switching over to Chinese New Year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, Ben, we're going to say goodbye to you, and
Okay.
we're going to keep chatting with Kay. So have a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Ben.
And a great
Merry
festive
Christmas to all
season.
in.
And we'll look forward to your next book.
Thank you very much. Okay, see
All
you
right,
later.
cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hello, dear readers. It's Donna M. Cameron here, author of The Rewilding, and I'm coming to you from Ithra in Greece. And I just wanted to say, if you know someone that loves a fast-paced chase thriller and unforgettable characters, a bit of romance and hope in the face of climate change, then buy them The Rewilding for Christmas. I'm sure they'll love it. Merry Christmas all.
Hello, I'm Dr. Monica Schott, the author of The Faraway Land of the House and Two Cows, the story about a community once living on Melbourne's metropolitan sewerage farm. That's right, they lived, worked, went to school and had a thriving social life while living alongside sewerage every day. I also wrote My Dad Built Me the Best and Wackiest Cubby Ever, a book for children exploring mental health through the building of a cubby house that grows wackier with the changing weather. Enjoy this time of the year, however which way you spend it.
Merry Christmas, Australian book lovers. I'm Madeleine D'Este, and if you're looking for a gift for the bookworm in your life, or maybe yourself, can I suggest my latest release, Black Soil, White Bread, Superstition, Suspicions, Secrets. When Nancy reopens her great Aunt Agnes's award-winning bakery, she doesn't understand why the locals avoid her shop, or why they call it the Witch House. Folklore-inspired and set in a fictitious suburb of Melbourne, Black Soil, White Bread is a supernatural mystery about community, loyalty and the occult. Available at amazon.com.au in ebook and paperback and through Kindle Unlimited, and happy reading.
It has been absolutely exhausting talking to people.
Yes.
I don't know what I was thinking, Kay, organising people to come in 20 minutes.
I know, but I was thinking it's kind of like a relay, or it's kind of, I don't know, like let's tap in and out. Yeah, except for you two who get to say the whole time.
Well, I keep checking the list. I'm like, how is it 8 o'clock already?
I know. That 20 minutes goes super quickly.
So fast.
Your favourite Christmas story. Tell me about that. What is it?
My favourite Christmas story to read? Okay. So I was very into The Christmas Carol as a kid, and I still love it now, and they keep making new iterations of it, new books, new films, and it just I love it as much, and my daughter now loves the most current version of the movie, and we've still got the book that I had from when I was a kid. So I really love that continuation. We buy, like, part of our tradition is buying a new Christmas book each year to sort of add to our little Christmas. We have a little Christmas like bookshelf that we put up.
I love it.
Which is like, and it's a mix now of like the old classics and then new ones. Like one of my daughter's favorites, Santa's Gone Surfing, I think it's called, and it's very Australiana.
Yes,
but one of my favorite stories, and it's a film, but very much inspired this book, is The Family Stone with Diane Keaton, which is just this big, chaotic. The son brings home a partner that doesn't fit in well with the rest of the family. Chaos ensues. It's funny, but it's also very heartfelt. And I think I just love those stories that, yes, there's humor and chaos and that kind of thing, but there's also a really strong sort of emotional or dramatic angle for it as well. So that's one I definitely have to watch every year, and even more so this year after the loss of Diane Keaton. It'll be sad.
Yeah, it will be sad. Yeah. I hate to admit, but our Christmas movie is Die Hard.
Perfect.
That's marvelous, Veronica.
Yeah.
I'm so proud.
In the lead up, we watch Christmas actually, and there's a couple of others that we watch as well. I can't remember, but on Christmas Day, as everybody is full, and there's everyone's gone home who's going home, then it's one more piece of pudding, sit down on the couch and let Bruce entertain you.
Perfect. It still holds up too. We watched that last Christmas.
It does.
And it was incredible.
It does. And it's a romance when you think about it. I remember reading this article that said, basically all the movies that I Had Movies Are Romances. It's all happening there, and we don't see much of his wife, but she comes good in the end. So yeah, I'm thinking I have watched The Family Stone, and yeah, it was really good. Diane Keaton, such an amazing actress. Yeah, I love her work.
So tell me, Kate, very quickly, with Might Cry Later, when was it written? How did you stay in the Christmassy vibe?
Yeah, so it was I started writing it, I think 2021, and it sort of happened slowly and then all at once, if that makes sense. Like I was writing it in bits and pieces, and always, post Christmas, that was like a reflection, and that kind of got me thinking more about the characters and different scenarios I could put them in. But then we transitioned to my daughter homeschooling, and that just felt like this compression of the amount of time that I had, which almost sort of counterintuitively like made me write more, because I felt like I had less time. So I was thinking about it more. It felt more urgent. And so I got a Creative Australia grant for last year, 2024, to set aside some time to have a couple of little retreats away that would work with my current situation. And so I got to do these really focused sort of 3 or 4 nights at a time, dive right in, not talking to anyone, not seeing anyone else, just thinking and writing about it. And that I felt was so productive in terms of I could have had that exact same amount of time times 10 even at home, and it wouldn't have been the same. So that's how I got to the point of submitting it to my agent, and then selling it to my publisher. And then this year has been the editing. So again, I've had a few little retreats, but mostly it's been fitting it in around life and home here.
Yeah, fantastic. Did you go away for those retreats?
Yeah, so I've done Verona before, which was really incredible for my second novel. I wish that could be my reality every time I need to go away. But just with care and responsibilities at home, I've sort of taken what I did there and just shrunk it down, and I get like a little cabin in the woods near where I live. That's sort of, I can come home if I need to, if there's an emergency at home. But I'm also very alone and secluded, and it can be with the work and be by myself. So with the luck of getting some grant funding, that's been able to be possible, which has been really good.
Yeah, fantastic. Always worth applying for those grants and looking out for those opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they are a skill of their own. And I have found other writers are really generous in sharing what they, like people who've been successful with grants, sharing what they found helpful, or even sharing their applications, so you can kind of look at what has worked. And so I'm trying to also be generous when I'm talking to other writers about their grant applications, of like, this is what worked for me, because I just think it's the difference between writing or finishing a project and not, a lot of the time, for people when you've got, a job or kids or whatever else going on in your life, trying to make space for that.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of money out there. You can't necessarily make a living as an author. Very few people in Australia have got that as their sole occupation. Yeah, we do need to keep working and paying other bills.
Indeed. And over Christmas, do you find any writing time? Do you completely shelve it?
Well, again, it's that thing where if I surrender and accept to myself, you're not going to be able to do any writing, then I probably will find little moments where I'll squeeze it in. Whereas in the past, I have sort of, especially when I've had a deadline, I've often been on deadline over Christmas, because this is a Christmas publication, so no deadline. But when I've been on deadline and it's January or something, it's just like this thing where you kind of can't stop thinking about it, and everything that comes up is something that's getting in the way of you doing the work. So taking the pressure off it, and I'm in a nice phase now with the first draft of a new thing where nobody's expecting it, no other eyes are on it. It's just me and the project. So I think because it is low stakes, hopefully I will be able to sneak in a little bit of time.
Nice. Which is brilliant.
Yeah.
And Kay, now getting own voices, having that autism filter that you're able to talk about, a character with that, but it's involved in their life. It's not that they have, the autism is the thing, although it's a part of this story. It's a part of the human experience. And I love that we're getting more and more own voices books out there.
Yeah, and I think what I found, because of publishing the 3 books that I have to this point,
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to speak with so many autistic and neurodivergent people about their lives and their experiences. And and so many people are going through this process of late diagnosis, which is why, mine was 10 years ago, but I know it's very current and very real for a lot of people now. And I'm speaking to people, realizing that for a lot of people, when they go home, whether that's at Christmas or just to see their family, and they want to share this new thing that they've learnt about themselves, it's often not received well. And so I think in writing this, I wanted to explore that, yes, and sort of have some fun and laughs and look at the more serious side of that, but also maybe to get people thinking about why that might be, because I think to me, more knowledge and about the people that you love can only be a good thing.
Absolutely.
Nicely put.
Yeah. And are you going to spend a lot of time down the beach with your daughter over Christmas, or is that on the cards?
Honestly, that's nature is the most sensory, relaxing, soothing, incredible time. So I think that'll be the counterweight to any book publicity stuff that I have to do or that I am doing. So they're do something, then go and jump into the sea. That'll be the balance. But no, we don't go away usually because we live the place that everybody comes to at Christmas. So it's a really nice time to catch up with people that come up to stay this way and just swim and eat and watch some good movies and read some good books.
Yes, yeah. And what would be in your book stocking what book would be in your stocking rather for Christmas?
Oh, I've been so focused on buying books. Buying books as presents is one of my absolute favorite things to do. I get
Everybody
so
gets
excited
a book to
about
read.
it.
At least one, if not more.
I'm trying to think what is on I'm not across the new releases at the moment. So maybe a nice version of a classic or something would be in my stocking, like a nice hard copy. I was in Harry Hartog's the other day and they had all these special editions of books like Jane Austen's and things, and I thought, I could go another nice book. But I've been shopping up a storm in terms of buying books for other people.
Yeah, it is fun to do, isn't it?
It is fun. And yes, my list is quite long because the children know that they have to buy me books for Christmas. And so I just give them my TBR. I said, pick one of these 35.
Any recommendations? Recommendations for?
Oh, see, a lot of mine are science fiction. There's a great WA author who's written Amanda Bridgman, who's written a whole series of sci-fi, and I said just buy me the whole series. There's about 6 or 8 of those. That would be good. There's a couple of memoirs in there that I quite like, a couple of crime, but but I must admit I've been picking a few off the Australian Book Lovers. Don't tell my husband he's not here. No, he's gone away. I bought him one about a flyboy ace pilot. It's about a World War II pilot. He loves that kind of stuff. So, and he doesn't read very much at all. This has got pictures in it. It's got graphs and other bits and pieces, and it's absolutely his kind of thing. So yes, love it. So Peter Hodge, thank you for writing that and putting that on the website, which is a good thing.
Incredible.
So I just have a little flick through and go, that one and that one and that one, which is good.
Yes.
So Kay, thanks so much for being on our Christmas special, and again, sorry I was a bit slow in letting you into the room.
Oh, not at all.
And really good luck with your book tour. I guess there's a little bit of book launching touring happening.
Yeah, TBC. Yeah.
TBC. Well, keep an
staying
eye out
put
on
for the
social
time
media.
being. Yeah, thank you so much.
Repeat everything.
Thanks for having me and for including me. Thanks.
No worries. Happy Christmas. Bye.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, I'm Amra Palic, author of Time Kneels Between Mountains, a historical novel set in Srebrenica during the 3 years of the Bosnian War. It follows Seka Todlak, a teenager whose life is shattered overnight as her peaceful town collapses into siege, with starvation, shelling and corruption becoming part of daily survival. Amid the fear and violence, Seka's courage is tested again and again, and somehow she finds room for hope as her friendship with Ramo slowly grows into something deeper. It's a story about justice, love, and the impossible choices ordinary people face in extraordinary times. Wishing you and your loved ones a safe and gentle festive season, however you celebrate.
Hello and Merry Christmas. I'm David Cairns of Finhaven, author of historical fiction. My latest book in the Major Gask Mysteries series has just been released. The Major and his sidekick, the Sherlockian Errol Raitt from Melbourne, are this time involved with the Pinkertons investigating the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, and I can tell you there's much, much more to see in this atmospheric story. If you like mystery, adventure, and the intertwining of real events and people of times past, become a time traveller with me. Here's wishing you all a very Merry Christmas season and a very happy, healthy.
Hey guys, SF Souter here, author of Criminal Cove. Merry Christmas to you and everyone who listens to the Australian Book Lovers podcast. And you can now pick up my new novella, Dogtooth, available on Amazon or at my website, sfsouter.com.au. The perfect shark-themed horror for anyone who likes Jaws, or maybe that weird uncle who likes fishing.
Thank you to everybody who jumped in. Oh, my lordy wordy.
Wasn't that fun?
Was
Oh,
fun
my
and
goodness.
fabulous. And we could have chatted to a whole lot more. Maybe we need to do that for Easter. Anyone who's got an Easter book, or maybe anyone who's got a book set in February.
Shout out. Messages. Oh, yes, like a Valentine's Day
Yes,
special.
I'm sure we can find more because that was good fun.
That was good fun.
And really appreciate everybody coming in and chatting and being introduced to strange people on the podcast and then jumping out, letting the next person in. So that was great. And all of it about books and all of it about Christmas and New Year and the festive season and sharing their family things. And there's a fair bit of baking. So we had lebekin. We had.
I'm still hungry.
Yes, and I love those little gingerbread biscuits with the little jam dots in them that Madeleine was
With
talking
the chocolate
about.
on the back.
Yes,
Hello.
yes, all sorts of, maybe I need to be doing that, or maybe getting Madeleine's recipe. Anyway, there'll be time for that, but there is something important that we need to say, Laurie.
Yes, indeed. We do need to remind everyone.
Remember, oh yes, to
read
more
Aussie
books.
And a final shout out, buy them for Christmas, buy them for New Year's, buy them for gifts, because books are an amazing getaway for anyone who gets to read them over the holidays.
Yes, and thank you so much to all of our listeners, all of our subscribers, all of our authors, everybody who jumps into the giveaways. We really appreciate you listening to us faff on about books and writing, because we have a lovely time and we'll probably get together and chat even if nobody was listening, but we really do appreciate it.
But it is fun to have everyone listening.
It is.
And we certainly, from all of the ABL family, we're going to make sure that we wish everyone a happy festive season, a safe festive season, a wonderful New Year's, and it's been a big year for us.
It has.
And next year will probably be another big year too.
Yes, we've got some exciting things happening. So may your stocking be filled with books.
Bye for now.
Let's meet again when magic happens.